Ashlee Robinson.
Lifestyle influencer Ashlee Jenae was blissfully celebrating her engagement and birthday on vacation in Africa earlier this month when she was found unconscious in her villa. Just hours later, she was confirmed dead. Now her family's demanding answers to their unanswered questions.
Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. You can support uncensored conversations via Cashapp or buying your girl a coffee. I just want to give a quick shout out to my first Faye ambassador. Shout out to Nefertiti. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you guys want to sign up for memberships or sign up to be an ambassador as well to receive a shout out, the link will be in the description down below. Hey y'all, I just want to pop in here and briefly talk about this whole situation with Ashlee Robinson. If you guys didn't know, she is what they call a divester. Now, we've talked about the divestors on the channel before, but if you guys didn't know, a divester is one of these Black women that think that Black men are just the devil, that Black men are somehow worse than other races of men, so they go out of their way to pedestalize and date white men. Now, this isn't to be confused with somebody that just dates out of the race, and it's not an issue of I hate Black men or I hate Black women. No, they just date whoever. This is not to be confused with that. Divestors make it their whole personality to hate Black men. And not only that, they make it their whole identity to dilute their lineage. They do not want to have blackity Black children because they internally hate themselves. They hate being Black. They want to go out of their way to dilute their lineage. It's a calculated effort to make sure that their children do not look like themselves, to make sure that their children are not blackity Black. Ashlee is one of those, okay? She has made it very clear that she cannot stand Black men and that all she wants is a white man. And a white man is exactly what she got. She got this white dude to trick off on her. They went to Africa. I forget which African country they went to, but they went to Africa for her birthday, and I guess they got engaged. And later on, they got into an argument. At least this is what the reports are saying. They got into an argument and she was found dead. So everyone's looking at this white man like, hey, did you have something to do with this? And a lot of people believe that he does because they're trying to make it seem like she offed herself. But if you look at everything leading up to that, it just does not give, self-deletion. It just doesn't. You're celebrating your birthday. You just got engaged. You seem super excited about the future. More times than not, that type of person isn't lining up to just end it all. Now, sometimes maybe that is the case, but more times than not, no, it just does not logically make sense. So everyone's looking at the fiance and thinking, hey, he probably did it. The part that I find very interesting is that you have a lot of Black men coming out and saying that they don't care, rightfully so. They're just saying, look, not our fight, which makes sense because if she is a divester, if she is very anti-Black male, which in and of itself makes you anti-Black in general because you want to dilute your lineage in the first damn place. So that just makes you anti-Black as a whole, whether or not you want to delude yourself into thinking that you're pro-Black woman. But if you are not trying to have a blackity Black daughter, then no, you can't be pro-Black woman if you don't want to have a blackity Black daughter. Black men are coming out in droves, letting them know that they do not give a damn. Okay, cry them a river. They don't care because when she was alive, she talked greasy about Black men. I don't have any issues with them saying that. I truly don't. But what I find so funny is that these same women that prop up divestment, that prop up being with everybody else but a Black man, and these same folks that were sitting over here talking crazy about Telbo, it was a Black man who did not want to date Black women, who goes out of his way to pedestalize other races of women, specifically white women, over Black women, talking about he'd rather sleep with a dog than be with a Black woman. And these same Black women came out and were calling him all sorts of stuff, saying that they didn't give a damn, that his preference offed him. They said they didn't care, and rightfully so. I'm not going to expect you to give a damn about somebody that talked greasy about you or about your collective group while they were alive. Like, it's not your battle to fight. Let their family fight that battle. Let their preferences fight that battle if they even want to. But what I find so interesting is that every single time something like this happens, the opposite group wants to act deaf, dumb, and blind to how they treated the same situation, but on the opposite side. These same bras that were out here saying how Telbo wasn't their fight, how he needs to rest in preference, now they're acting shocked and confused and angry and outraged that Black men are saying the very same thing about Ashlee
on Facebook. Now, Telvin was unalived by his whitey girlfriend. Now, when all of us got wind of this story, it came across as an accidental pun. They say his girlfriend, Hannah Grace, was cleaning her pun and accidentally went off and hit him in the chest. But his family hopped on social media and was like, no, that is a lie. She took my brother out and we need y'all to stand up and stand behind us. Y'all know they gave a I have a dream today speak. And initially the folks was like, well, goddamn, we need to know what happened to Telvin Osborne. But y'all know people know. Baby, them people went and pulled up them damn tweets that this man been doing over the past 10 years. And we found out, number one, that he don't even like BLK people, especially the women. That man said that he will sleep with a dog before he sleep with a BLK woman. And even then, the dog had to be white. Roof!
So this Telvin Osborne's case is proof that karma is real. I'm not even talking about his milk of magnesia queen taking him off the planet. I mean the aftermath. His family tried to harvest Black women's labor after this man was cruel, callous, and nasty to them during life, saying things like this. This is his confirmed social media account. I'm so proud of all the Black women who stayed on code and refused to give any sympathy to this idiot, but there's still a huge tactical error being made. Now she's been charged, and part of the reason cited has been the, quote, social media storm. All the news headlines look like this. This one's from Yahoo. Osborne once said he'd rather sleep with a dog than a Black woman. Now he's dead and social media has thoughts. This one's from Black Enterprise. Man who openly berated Black women, allegedly killed by his white girlfriend. The internet sounds off. They can't harvest your labor, so instead they're harvesting your outrage. I saw a lot of truly hilarious comments on the few social justice warriors who tried to go for this man on their posts. Those were funny, you know, rest in preference, and a lot of women talking about what they had for dinner, what they were doing that day. But even interacting negatively with these posts feeds them. It feeds them to the algorithm. It spreads the word on who this man is. And it made the sheriff of this place think, oh, I have to do something because the whole nation is looking. The next level of anti-activism is literally doing nothing.
So the other day I posted a video about how Ashlee Jenae, an Instagram girly I've followed for a long time on Instagram, tragically was unalived in her hotel room on her birthday, supposedly, I believe it was her birthday, in Tanzania. And the responses I've received are actually so sick. It's not sat right with me since reading them, and I'm still receiving them. So let me address the larger issue first before I go into the smaller things. A Black woman was unalived at the young age of 31, reported that she did it herself by her, I'm sorry I said husband, y'all are so hooked up on that, by her fiance, an older white man. And the response, like I said, was sickening. You may not have agreed with her takes about how she doesn't no longer at the time, later in her short-lived life, date Black men. I don't agree with that. I date Black men. But y'all were so hooked up on that fact that to the point where y'all was like basically insinuating that she deserved to no longer be on this earth with us. Femicide in any capacity is the problem. That's the issue at hand. Why would you come onto my video and comment laughing emojis, comment pasta and lobster, memes, gifts? Oh, she passed doing what she wanted to do, rest in preference? And side note, for the demographic that I'm in, Ashlee Jenae was in, for the least likely across race and gender to date outside of our race, to get that response from the demographic that across race and gender that is most likely to date outside of our race, you would think that there would be a little more like understanding that the issue at hand that I was speaking about was just femicide and the loss of a young Black life. But based off of those statistics, it's like, oh, well, I see why you wouldn't care that much.
That's the part I can't stand. Stop having this rules for thee, not for me nonsense. And guess what? The Black men that wanted their preference of not Black, you know, the ones that wanted the white woman, which if you want a white woman, go get you a white woman. I'm not here to stop you. But these same Black men that were crying about Telbo and were cussing out these Black broads for not wanting to put the cape on for Telbo are acting shocked and confused as to why the Black women are upset with them for not wanting to put the cape on for Ashlee. It's annoying. That is the part that is absolutely annoying. Get it together. If you do not want to put the cape on for somebody to talk greasy about you and your demographic, by all means do that. But don't then get mad when the opposite side does the very same thing when that tragedy happens to somebody that you identify with. That's the part that I just can't stand. That rules for thee, not for me nonsense. Keep that same energy. That's it. And don't act deaf, dumb, and blind when it happens to you. Okay, don't act deaf, dumb, and blind. Oh my God, why are they saying these things about Ashlee? When you, a year ago or 2 years ago, whenever that case happened, we're saying the very same things about Telbo, or insert any other black man that's been off by his preference, or insert any other black woman that's been off by their preference. Be so for real here. Stop acting like it doesn't happen. This is very similar to how you'll have these divestors, whether they're male or female, even though divestor is a female term, but they both doing the same damn things, the same behavior. So you'll have them go out and say, well, black women, they always get critiqued when they date outside the race, and black men, when they do it, nobody says anything. But then these same people on the opposite side, they'll say black women, they never get critiqued when they date outside the race. Always the black, like, y'all act deaf, dumb, and blind every single time to try to prove a point. The truth of the matter is, everybody gets criticized when they date outside the race, especially if they talk greasy about their racial counterpart. I just can't stand the deaf, dumb, and blind crowd. Just keep it a buck. If you can understand why black women didn't want to put the cape on for Telbo, then you should have at least enough empathy or at least enough integrity to understand why black men do not want to put the cape on for Ashlee. And that is their right. They don't have to give a damn. Just like you didn't have to give a damn about Telbo. But y'all, I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts down below. How do you feel about this whole situation? Do you agree with me where it's like, yeah, y'all need to get an effing clue. Both sides of the aisle, the divesting black women and black men that want white women, like both of y'all need to get a grip. Just go be with your preference. I never really understood those crowds because they make it their entire identity hating black women or hating black men rather than just being with who you want to be with. Like, just go be with them. It's fine. Like, just go be with them. It's giving obsessed when either side does it. It gives you're obsessed with your racial counterpart, but in a negative way. So then you go out of your way to try to, I don't know, antagonize them by flaunting around white women, uplifting white women, when it's just like, if you just want to be with a white woman, go do that. If you just want to be with a white man, go do that. Why do you feel the need to antagonize your racial counterpart? It's giving childish, it's giving obsessed. Or do you disagree with me where it's like, oh my God, say her name. These black men are so trash for not sticking up for Ashlee, even though she said they embarrass her every day, even though she said she wouldn't be with a black man, even though she said she wanted a mixed baby no matter what. Oh my God. I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts down below. If you like the video, like the video. The more you interact with it, the more it gets pushed down to the algorithm. Also, hype the video if that function is available. If you're feeling a little extra generous, the link is in the description to buy your girl a coffee. Thank you guys so much, and I will see y'all with the next one. Deuces.